And I was about to say that.
And now we're live.
Lava!
Just having going live just as everyone pops in after the ass play. It's like.
Oop. Something's going on over there.
That was a noise.
Yeah, what on earth?
Hey, how you doing?
That was an abomination we just heard.
Hey, what was all that?
No, I had to go ahead and dump everything down, and I also had to use a lot of gauze, so we're fine.
Ah. By the way, we're live now.
Yeah, I thought you were back and I hit the live button.
I really wish you would have told me.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's okay. We got ads.
Yeah.
Probably had ads. Oh, so hello everyone. How are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm doing good.
Good, alright.
Today was interesting because I had to drop my Jeep off for an inspection. Weehoo.
Yay, yearly inspection.
Hooray!
Yep. Just getting ready for the trip of oh yeah, they're going to Gen Con this year, so that's why I'm having my Jeep looked at so I can make the drive.
I
Yeah.
saw a Jeep today, and I almost had half a mind to ask, where'd your car door go? Because I saw a car with no car doors, and I was like, you got jacked. It's doors that
I'm like, it's obviously masquerading as a Wrangler because sometimes they have the doors missing.
How do you
No,
get
he
in the
laughed.
car?
His dog laughed.
Yeah, I had to get my vehicle inspected recently. I had forgotten to get it inspected for about a year, but now it's inspected. Ha ha ha.
Ooh.
Haha.
What happened was I kept forgetting to do it, and then I'd see it every so often and go, I should probably get that dealt with soon. And then soon just never came until this year.
Is it just me or is the stream buffering for everyone?
Let me see.
It's
here.
buffering on my end.
Yeah, for some
buffering
reason
like
I've got a really low bit rate, and I'm not sure why. Videos buffering, trains, blah, 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 blah. Let me see what's
Yeah.
going on here. Yeah, for some reason it's not... Okay, I'm gonna try something. Cancel. I mean, I have a lot of tabs open, but that's on the PC. But I'm curious if it's what I think it is. Okay, so now that I've
Well, yeah, I
stopped
guess,
that,
Yeah. I think there's probably like a latency hiccup and there's a delay on stream, but that's probably manageable, so yeah.
okay, as long as it's not anything too serious.
Yeah. I think like Jake ran into the same issues last night and it wound up being like a 50-second delay, so
Wow, that's quite the delay, but
Yeah.
if we can manage to work through it, I guess it's fine.
I'm on it right now, and it doesn't seem that bad, but look at 6 second.
Okay, looks like it just improved, like dramatically. So what it might have been was I was uploading the stream from last Friday, up, because it wasn't properly working when I tried earlier, and I guess it was still going through it. But once I canceled it, maybe that helped with the bitrate a little bit. It still looks red on OBS, but according to my dashboard, it's fine, so I don't know which one to believe.
Yeah. It's just kind of a weird wacky issue, but
Yeah.
on the bright side, at least the stream's not down, so...
It's true. It's very true. Alright then. If everyone's here and everything is ready, I do believe we could get started with the recap to open everything's up, if no one has any objections.
Yeah, no objections here.
I'm good.
I don't think we can stop him.
Fair.
Oh god, especially when Heckna is involved. Oh god. Just don't do shit.
Don't worry.
Ah!
I'll punch him in the face.
Oh, who am I kidding? Heckna's always watching.
Right you are.
Ah.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between or outside of, I give you the host with the most attractive and well-spoken magnificent clown in all of the multiverse, the founder and creator of the Revelia, Heckna! Whoop. There it is. Rolly-roon, everyone! Heckna here for my magnificent recap. When we last left the players, Snack Bluescale, the Drow Sorcerer, Lilith, the Tiefling Bard, Watcher, the Eladrin Cleric, Argyle, the Dragonborn Fighter, and Red Moonscream, the Human Rogue, they made their way back to the Lost and Found. Again. Seriously, are they constantly losing items, or is the Lost and Found their favorite shop? Anyways, they met with Conrad to invade my cheese room. They grabbed some snacks from the food court to bribe some children of the candy court into leaving Calliope alone. How sweet of them. They first played some games in the Jolly Jamboree to build up some tickets for the Flophouse after getting a nest egg of red tickets. They went to the Misery Go-Round, only to learn they just missed the children. Probably because Argyle and Snack got hit by a clown car on the way, but who can say? Eventually, they found the kids, Red negotiated for them to leave Calliope alone, then they got their rewards of 25 red tickets, an amount for their choosing. However, Lilith discovered, a little too late, that some of the animals on the Misery Go-Round were actually animalgamations! 2 zebras and 2 elephants, what a fight! Snack managed to whip one of the zebra's minds out of whack, Red and Argyle got thrown, Lilith got knocked down and picked up multiple times, Watcher used Fey magic to blast a hole through one of the elephants, and Lilith managed to scare off the last one! Oh, that fight is 100% going on the Hechiatron, believe you me! After that epic battle, they decided they definitely needed to take a well-deserved rest. What wacky shenanigans will the players get into next? Why did I get their names wrong last recap? And who am I going to kill for mistyping my recap? Find out the answer to one of those questions now! Take it away, Draco! Yes. Man, it really sucks to be the person who types up the recaps right now.
Hey. Oh. I thought you were just pawing it off of some other schmuck that was, writing that up so that, you wouldn't have to take the fall for that, right, Draco?
Yuki, no.
I don't think Yuki could handle that. She can't really type with the pause. But yeah, sure, there's definitely someone else that I commissioned to do that. Totally. Man, it's a good thing my model isn't here. I mean, I'm totally not looking in the opposite direction, but hey, let's go back to where we left y'all at the Misery Go-Round.
Chapter.
So, as y'all can see, I have made you all unique tokens for the mounts that you currently have.
Hooray!
Hooray!
So, did you want to give it one more try at getting your very own mount before y'all head over to the hostel?
I got mine. I'll do. If there's anything I can do to give over to have them out advantage on their roll, I can do that. I'll also give them guidance, of course.
Ah,
Lilith will be the only one, so.
Not wrong.
Whoever's rolling, don't forget to add a +4 to it.
Go for it, Draco. Or.
Chaco.
I guess. Chaco, yes.
Wait, I thought it was a +8.
I thought I was the one that was picking
Yeah.
these things up.
So, I apparently forgot to turn off the alerts here, but Chaco gave us 100 bits for last week's quote of the session, because wasn't there at the end. Oh, I hear everything that goes on here, don't you worry. Heckna
Pretty
gets...
sure it wasn't me, but
Yeah, you're the only one
Someone
with
gave you.
mount.
yes. I thought you were talking about the bits.
Yeah, me with
Ah.
my unicorn, and somebody's got a dragon. I think that's Hoshi.
2 people have a dragon.
I have a dragon as well.
That's why I
Dragon
color-coded
Bard
them.
had the sorcerer. Who would have thought?
And I think
I
Red
know,
has a
right?
spider.
Yep.
Yes, Red has the spider. And you have the unicorn.
Lilith, would you like assistance?
Sure. So, we were talking about this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and once again try to get one of the bulls to convince one of the bulls to let me ride them.
Right, and Calliope's playing a nice calming song to give you advantage on the roll.
Alrighty.
Oh, with advantage plus guidance.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's still a 9.
It's
Plus the
true.
guidance.
Yes,
plus
guys.
8.
This is bitch. Never mind. I got worried for a second.
11.
Yeah, unfortunately an 11 isn't quite enough. The bull isn't hostile towards you, but it's shying away from you for sure.
Alright. Moving over to the last unicorn that's left then.
Right, that would be this one over here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to get something with a horn just like you?
Just narrows her eyes at Snack, and then just goes back to trying to pet the unicorn.
Give it a pet. Give it a guidance pet.
Pretty sure an 18 will work.
That'll do. The unicorn leans into your hand, and it is free to be extracted.
Hold on, before that happens, I have to share this. Because the way you said it made me.
So since we have
Alright.
2 unicorns, by the way, I'm tinting the ones we have doubles of. Rabbit, what color would you like your unicorn to be? And Lilith, the same. Question.
Well, I think since Lilith is a red team thing, I think you should tint it red.
Like a soft green,
Alright.
Yeah.
like a minty green.
So it's this one right here, right?
I got that one. There we go. And it would be that unicorn up there, I believe. And Lilith, did you want the red one or orange, maybe a
Red.
black? Red? Okay. So Ariel, I need you to roll me an athletics check to pull that one free.
Let's see how
I will attempt to assist.
Okay, so you got advantage on it.
Advantage, yes. Not, it's a 26.
Yeah, no question. You managed to pull free the unicorn without any hassle or issue, and sure enough, Lilith, you are now the proud owner of an animatronic unicorn mount.
But yeah, like for those in chat who didn't see what I shared, like as soon as you said Last Unicorn, I immediately looked up the Last Unicorn theme song. No, not that one. The actual Last Unicorn that actually made people cry as children. For the right reasons.
Well, with the lady who was upset that the unicorn showed up now of all times. How dare it?
Oops. Look, he really needed to get his order from Sheets or Wawa, depending on your orientation.
Yeah. But
Snack is just petting his dragon. I shall name you Sweet.
Impossible burgers do not cook themselves. Isn't that right,
Mm.
Good attempt. I give it a 5.
Excellent.
You're welcome.
Totally not
I-
a bias.
I will give you horse lessons.
We got
let's see.
Sweet and
What?
Snack.
My horse. It's a unicorn. It has no name. It's Titania's creature.
I named my Sweet.
I don't know. Just danger comes to mind.
Sweet is the dragons.
You can call mine the unicorn with no name.
Damn it, I was actually typing that in at this very moment.
Though if I played a necromancer, you better believe my horse would have been named Halloween.
Trying to think of what I should name, or what Argyle would name his dragon.
Snack slowly looks over to your dragon.
See, I've been in Revelia on a unicorn with no name, and it felt good to be out on the rain.
I feel like we need that song, but add a couple of clown horns to it.
Ha! Man, if only. Start shouting down notes. Bad cap. Later.
Yes, later. So while you're thinking of
Well, game, what color is the dragon mount that he ripped out? Is it actually the red one like that one on the string, or?
yeah, they're all red. It's just I color code them so we don't confuse them. Also, you should be able to move the token of your own free will, because I believe I gave you all control over your mounts.
Wait.
I'm taking yours.
Nope.
Oh no!
Hey, why are you taking my dragon?
Our dragon.
It's you can't have your dragon anymore.
The
Argyle,
communism
it's mine
manifesto
now.
starts
I
playing.
ripped it out of it for you.
Okay, there we go. I think I fixed it, so now Argyle should be the one with control over it.
Yes.
Man, if you recognize the deep pull I was coming from, man, that's good on you. You can't have your dragon anymore. It's mine now.
Watcher's going to go ahead and underhook the unicorn's neck and jump on it with like a really practiced gesture. You get the feeling people court ride these things a lot.
What? Into Tanya's court? No.
Except the really tiny ones. They ride horseflies.
Ah,
They're literal,
right.
literal, just horses with.
Horses with
Think about it. It's more cute the more you think about it.
fly-sized horses with wings. Yay!
Argyle, like after his little riding set or thing right there before he calmed him down. I like you. You have a little bit of spunk. I'll call you Fireheart.
Save.
Watcher has like one like red ice on the side of his face. He's just very sleepily, just like laying on the horse's mane.
Hey,
That is-
me.
the best thing about my name is that can be a reference for two things, and I'm not gonna say what either of them are.
Look. After last week, when Hoshi told me about his character and it finally clicked for me, I'm just like scrutinizing everything he does, going like, "There's another reference. I know there is. Let me lift up another rock."
No, put it back. That one had map in it.
Oh no!
You don't know that.
Above game, yes. In game, no.
Well, you'll know that.
I mean,
One of
sweet's a reference too.
Like, I'm like, are they talking about me or are they talking about Rabbit's character? Because like, Watcher's I'm assuming a reference, but I'm full of them in terms of how I'm playing my character.
Yeah. Here's a question, Draco. Red's just trying to look it over danger. And, you know, it's probably the fact that this is a, quote, spider. He's just gonna look down at danger and says, I don't suppose you can climb one like one, can you?
So, the big thing about these is, Argyle pulled them out, but they still have the giant poles in the middle of them. So, they're scraping across the ground while you're, using them. So it probably can't move like a spider, because the pole would be in the way, even if it had the means to do that. Like, here it's mostly a dirt and grass road, but you're making large crevices in the ground everywhere you're going.
Yep, we're just making trenches behind us as we go.
Pretty much.
Now here's the thing, guys. We just gotta line up side by side. We can just make a bunch of furrows for a field. Let's plant some stuff in the Revelia.
Start the first Revelian farm.
Should we try to get these poles out of them? That might actually help their mobility.
Oh, they still have holes in them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Snack gets down. And he tries to punch it off.
Anyone have any carpenter's tools, perhaps? With a saw?
Wrong character.
Really wrong character.
I suppose we could ask Locke if he's got a set of carpenter's tools, maybe.
Maybe.
I snap my finger and point at you. I will, with a warm gesture, cast a thaumaturgy to Calliope, and what I want to do is I just want to create just a minor wonder, just a bunch of blue butterflies around her, as if to say thank you. This is my way of thanking her, because she probably doesn't get stuff like that around.
No, she marvels at the butterflies. Oh, wow! They're so pretty! And she'll try to, like, grab, or not grab one, but, like, lay one of her hands out for it to rest on.
Oh yeah, they'll do that for about a minute, and then they'll dissipate.
Huh.
Man, in spite of Watcher's winter fur, he certainly does have a warm heart.
Yeah, don't just bring up the plights of his people, Matthew.
That's racist.
Winter phase. He's not gonna go ahead and debate with you. He's just gonna. Ooh.
I joke because it's like, oh yeah, winter is cold, but you know, he has a warm heart.
Yeah. Just don't be a Matthew.
Come on. Don't be a Matthew.
Oh god. All right.
But
I'm just gonna let that one lie. Like Matthew under a rock.
But I'll move you all to the world map. So, where is it we're heading to next? I believe you wanted to stop at the hostel, but I suppose you could go to Locke's along the way if you want to see about carpenter's tools.
Sure. Yeah, let's pay Locke a visit.
Alright.
I don't think. I think he'll be able to tell we're coming this time.
Mm.
Like above game, I like to imagine every time we go down, like with the sound of it, like metal scraping the dirt.
Oh yeah, they're just groaning under the strain every time they're moving.
Still loud.
Question: How big is the pole under it
Pretty.
in diameter?
Let me see if they give
It's
me
like-
the dimensions for that.
Well, if it's a pole for like a barrier corral, you could probably imagine like maybe 3-4 inches, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like it's like that one scene in Mary Poppins.
So, yeah, I'm about to do a Mary Poppins moment. So Snap gets down, grabs a rope, and he'll grab his bag of holding, and slide the pole up until the dragon's belly, grab the rope, and tie it on each end to keep it in place so she can ride smoothly to Locks.
Interesting.
That's a really smart idea.
Too bad we only have one.
I know.
I'm smarter than I actually am. You know that, right?
I respect that.
And
Sweet dragon, let's go.
I get the feeling none of you are going to be surprised by this, but that pole means they have disadvantage on stealth checks if you wanted to stealth with them.
Yeah. Oh.
No disadvantage.
Horses cannot stealth. I've never seen a sneaky horse.
I mean, yeah.
No, I took care of them. They aren't sneaky.
I could wrap my dragon
They
with.
try to pretend they are.
It's kind of hard to be sneaky when you're the size of a fucking wall.
In the
I
clip
took
clop.
care- I took care of little Palomino ponies too. So
I
Aw.
can
they,
wrap my dragon.
but they also tried to sneak. But like, no, it's like, oh, is there grass in the way? Kashum, kashum, kashum. It's like, Jesus Christ. The noisiest things. I took care of Palominos, Stallions, Mustangs, American Mustangs. I think.
Ooh, that's interesting.
You know, while you're on the way, let me see what. Let's see, that's a 7. Interesting. I don't think you've gotten this particular one yet. This is a Dysmadium encounter. As you're riding your mounts through the Revelia, you notice a half-orc reveler who walks up to you clearly dejected. Don't bother heading to the big top. I was going for the magical menagerie show with the Lamia, but it's something else now. I wanted a shot winning the crossbow prize. The Mentalists? That doesn't sound nearly as fun. Wait, I didn't say that! You didn't hear me say that! It'll be great! It'll be fun! It'll be the best! And then he starts running off.
Red's gonna look around and see if anybody else noticed that.
That was weird.
Yeah, some people were looking at him as he shouted and ran off.
You
Well, he
know,
was trying to see if there were any, like, jawbreakers or anybody else with security. And I was like, oh, he's not having fun. We got problems.
Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be any security jawbreakers nearby. So he lucked out in that regard.
Well, that was very smirky. As Brent will just kind of look back towards Watcher.
Watcher will tilt his head toward the guy and then just shake his head, and then just a leg will pat the side of his unicorn to keep trotting.
Other than that, you don't get impeded very much at all, and you make your way to Locke's shop. Oh, hello again. Something I can help you with?
Hello, Locke, old chum. You see, we've acquired a better means of transportation around here, but there's a catch. Our means of transport have, and just to clarify, the poles are made of wood that are sticking through them.
Brass, I'm guessing.
I would
Yeah.
assume brass.
Probably brass, yeah. Considering they
Argyle
themselves
just-
aren't made of just wood, and they're mostly, like, a mix of metal.
Argyle seen Red beat around the bush. We got mounts from the carousel and we need to take the poles out of them.
Ah! I might have... Let's see, what
I
would
don't
that
know if you
be
have like
they-
a saw for that or something for metal removal.
Tools. I guess that would file into the tools section, so let's see if he has any
Probably
of that.
smith tools, perhaps, or
Yeah, I think
Big ass
that'd be
rat
it.
file.
Yeah. Alright, so this and that. I gotta roll. Unfortunately, I don't have anything like that at the moment, I'm afraid.
I see.
You know anybody that does?
You'll just have to deal with the poles for now. I mean, hope you weren't trying to sneak anywhere with them.
It's just a matter of
Watch your shifts.
not wanting to damage everything too much.
I mean, I don't have a problem right now.
Fair enough. Anything else I could potentially help you with?
I will just, I will just point toward my eyes as to say, keep a lookout for one of those things, and then I will point at the pole.
Ah, will do.
Above game, like, who are we supposed to tell that we fixed the Calliope, or the issue with Calliope?
What?
That was pretty much her own quest, really.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. But as we stand right now, we have... Well... That's another thing with everything that's happening. Since we're gonna be resting up, maybe the Tunnel of Love will open back up by this point.
And of course, there's still, you know, the catch outside and the choo-choo cadre.
Yep, and the choo-choo cadre and all kinds of other stuff too.
Yep.
Choo-choo Cadre, the cat, Casino.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, I suppose since we're going to be heading back to our rest, we could try paying Gertrude a visit and see if she knows anything about that.
Oh, nod.
Yeah, we can simply slide over to the Choo-Choo Cadre, and from there, perhaps up to the Tunnel of Love or the Flophouse on the way.
So then, from...
Also.
yes.
Oh, nothing. Well, Rev was just kind of pondering into himself a little bit. It was like, we'll go from there, I guess. But
Snack looks at Red for a sec. Remember, since we were talking about Gertrude, I should do the negotiation with Candy.
that's right. We're gonna need more candy. That's a good thing we did get those tickets.
Snack pulls out his bag and shakes it. You forgot how much I got, don't you?
His face goes expressionless for a second there, and then does like the the Jendi Tartakovsky kind of like drooping frown. He's just realizes that he's like, oh, right. Thank you of your offerings.
Snack narrows says, "You owe me."
Of course, of course.
I already promised you two things of cotton candy.
I know. Watch your say he'll buy me candy. It smirks.
Alright, well, gentlemen, let's retire then.
I nod in agreement.
I guess the candy slum lord of the carnival.
Once more, you all make your way to the hostel for a well-earned rest.
So, above game, is this the first one we're going to have to pay our tickets for?
Yes,
It would be, yes.
but you're on a discount system since you helped so much, so instead of the normal 4, it's 2 tickets for all of you. Per person.
2 tickets each.
Everyone's gonna notice that when he gets the room, Argyle's not getting the jungle room. He's gonna bunk with everyone else.
Okay. Let's move y'all. Oops.
Red's gonna ponder for a second. And he's actually gonna turn and look at Watcher.
He meets eyes of you. He looks rough after fighting 4 aberrations.
He's gonna lean in and he's gonna cover his mouth. Just kind of looking around for the nearest Heckna poster and just kind of cover his mouth as he kind of leans in. And he's gonna whisper quietly to Watcher. I want to try something. Trust me.
He nods.
And he'll ask for a key to the boring room, actually.
Oh. Well, I should move y'all around then.
And Snack wants to ask for the astronaut room.
Okay.
No, okay. I thought we were all gonna go to the.
I mean, if you want to go to the sweet suite, that's fine.
If that's the case, then never mind. Argyle would get the get the jungle room. We're all just gonna go to individual rooms again.
I mean, I'll go to the Sweet Sweet first to give Gertrude her candy, and then I go to the.
Well, Gertrude has
Now,
her grove
are you
outside.
Now, are you going to the boring room, or are we both going to the boring room?
He'll lean in and he'll just look to Watcher. He's like, I don't expect you to join me, but I want to experiment with something. And he'll just kind of look at his eyes and he'll kind of roll his eyes in the direction of Argyle and give a wink.
Argyle and Draconic, noticing this, will actually ask, "Are you trying to talk to him?"
Don't worry about it. And he'll give a wink on one side of his eye.
Okay.
Snack replies to her. Have to who?
Don't worry about it.
I just want to play in space.
All right. So then Snack gets the space room. Red and Watcher are going into the boring room, correct?
Only if Watcher wants to go into the boring room.
I'll tilt my head, but I'll go with him.
All right. And we'll move Watcher over there as well. Argyle is going to be sticking with the jungle room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, this will be fun.
where is Lilith going? Chaco?
Draco.
Oh, no. Chaco, do we lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you muted probably.
Gotcha. So, which room is Lilith going to be hanging out in? Because it seems everyone's going to different rooms this time.
She'll just do the usual and she'll head down to, Granny's room.
Alright.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah,
Off
sweet.
to the sweet suite.
Oh, then to Gertrude's room.
Yeah, Gertrude.
I give you a Gertrude's Wonderment to give to her.
So, again, Gertrude isn't in the room right now. She's in her own grove, but she occasionally comes
Yeah.
over here to stay in that room.
Yeah,
Snack
she's just
takes
not
it
there
back.
currently. That was just the room we found her in.
Yeah.
That takes it back then.
And since everyone's in a different room, I'm giving chat access to all of your rooms and all of your views. Boop. There we go. Alright. So, who's first?
That's a very good question. Part of me wants to play out and watch Argyle's first, to be honest. Unless something else were to happen.
Alright. So, Argyle, you just gonna relax in your room?
Yeah, he's relaxing. He's just he pulls out his sword and he pulls out a rock that he pulled or got from the ground and just starts like honing the blade basically. Like he really need to start using this more.
You notice while you're working on your blade, the monkey amalgamations are just swinging around. It doesn't seem like they're interfering with you at the moment in any way, shape, or form. They're just, swinging around as monkeys do, occasionally glancing at you and what you're doing, but for the most part, just swinging around, having a good time.
Monkeying around.
At
Exactly.
least there are no evil ones with a closet. There's an evil monkey in my closet!
One of them points at you menacingly for no reason, and then goes about his business.
Like the
He pays them no mind. Like if something happens, then he will care. But he's just like, you know what? I'm tired. I didn't really like. That was a tough fight we just had.
Yeah.
It's just a monkey from Family Guy.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing weird about that.
Perfect.
That monkey actually ended up being like a really nice person.
Yeah.
I have a copper division too.
Let's go to Snack next in the space room. What's Snack doing at the moment?
Snack would be probably just sitting there, floating, trying to make himself spin. And then he will be looking at the stars, trying to figure out what kind of constellations they are.
So, of course, there's the one that's the Heckna poster of this room, but then there's some other ones. Some are shaped like cotton candy, popcorn bins. One is just a clown, red nose and all. In fact, all of the stars that make up its nose are red, which is interesting. And you see the occasional, like, Ferris wheel and other carnival stuff in the constellations.
But those are not natural. There's a clown. There's little cotton candy. Okay, candy. And then he looks at the heck poster.
The Heckna constellation winks at you.
You're always watching, aren't you?
Indeed I am.
So I have a feeling you probably talked to Argyle when he slept by himself, didn't you?
I might have. Not interested in a deal yourself?
Don't know.
So what is it you would like, Snack? Candy? Power? Amusement?
Candy, power, and amusement. It's greedy, but I'll go with it.
There's one thing I want. But I doubt you don't know what it really is.
I'd be willing to listen. Be a horrible
Let's
host if
make
I
it-
didn't listen to what my guests want.
Oh, but that's no fun. Let's make it a game. Can you figure it out? Without me saying a word.
Well, I do know you like candy. You've chosen the space room, so you must get some sort of amusement out of floating around or flight, potentially.
Maybe, maybe not.
You like dragons? Do you want a dragon?
I have a dragon.
True. But I mean...
Oh, no, not that one outside. I mean, I actually have a... Never mind.
You have a dragon, you say?
Not technically have. He kind of raised me. He kind of got in trouble with somebody. He got polymorphed into a cobalt.
Ah. Would you like me to bring him here for you? I can bring anyone from outside in here. If I have reason to.
His eye twitched for a second as he says that.
Bring the big guy with the sign around his neck. This is totally not Oberon.
Anyone.
Anyone at all. As long as I know who they are, I can get a decent fix on them and provide a means to get in here.
What do you get from bringing them here?
Another
He's going.
another person to enjoy the Revelia, of course. More people to have fun and adore this wonderful place I've created. But I only let certain people in here. People that I think could really enjoy this place, or bring something of value to it. Much like you and your friends, of course.
I'm trying to understand the value of bringing Watcher here.
Above game. Funny.
Oh, he wants to get another one up over the king and queen, probably.
Possibly.
Oh, what a jerk. Oh, yeah.
So is that it, Snack? You want me to bring a certain someone into the Revelia for you?
Snack ponders for a minute. Well, technically there is 5. But 2 of them I want to kill.
Interesting. I could make that work. Tell you what, Snack. If you agree to help me, get your friends to agree to live here in the Revelia, I'll bring whoever you like into the Revelia for you to deal with as you see fit. You could live the rest of your days here, eating as much candy as you want, enjoying time with loved ones, taking care of those who would do harm to you and yours. It's a pretty sweet deal if I say so myself.
Candy.
So I just had to talk to them about staying here. Correct?
Correct. Getting them to see the fun side of things, of course. Maybe help me out here or there. But we'll consider that later. We'll consider talking to your friends a favor. That we'll get one person of your choice here in the Revelia, and we'll go from there. How does that sound?
The person that I want here has a package deal that was with them. They're always together, apparently.
I could separate them if that's what you desire, or we could do 2 favors for 2 people. What sounds more appealing to you?
I do want to kill both of them. Did burn down the village. Okay. What are the 2 things you want?
So, like I said, the first one is to try and get your friends on a more pro-Heckna side, as it were. The second favor I would like to ask of you... You know, there's been this whole hubbub about the stick, correct? If you could help me obtain that stick, I will get you both of the people you want here, and a 5,000 tickets, because that's what everyone's getting, of course, if they manage to bring it to me. What do you say?
So if I bring you the stick, you'll bring them both here.
Absolutely. And then it's up to you to deal with them as you see fit. You have a pretty good feel for the Revelia right now and the areas they're in. I'm sure you'll be able to find them and deal with them very easily.
I won't say yes, and I won't say no for now.
All right. Give it some thought. I'm sure you'll make the right decision, of course. I have things to do, and you need a well-deserved rest to get to. I see interesting things in your future, Snack. Have a pleasant evening.
Snack eye twitches again.
All right. Next, we'll go to Lilith. Any plans this evening, or just gonna rest up for the night?
She's actually, since we have that time off, I'm gonna try and continue working on that studded leather armor.
Oh, absolutely. Feel free to roll that check with the tools.
I was gonna say, remind me what that roll is.
I think it's dexterity. I think you have, like, the tools as a thing you can roll. Let me see, disguise. Oh, wait, you're not proficient with it, so...
Yeah, because I don't have leather working tools on me unless... Wait, did I buy some?
You
I don't
did
remember.
buy the tools for leatherworking. I remember that for sure.
Okay.
I forget if we made that a sleight of hand or if it was just a flat dex check or strength. I think it was just a flat dex.
Yeah. I'll just go with flat dex. I mean, if you want me to use sleight of hand, that's fine, you know, because I have a +4 bonus in it, but it's up to you.
I mean, it makes sense that sleight of hand would play a part in leatherworking, I suppose. Because you are doing a lot of work with your hands while trying to tan this leather, so I'll allow it.
Alright. That's a 22.
With that 22, you finally managed to scrape off the last bit of splattered paint all over your leather armor. And it looks so much better now.
It actually looks like leather now.
And I imagine you're going to equip that now that it's finally de-splattered.
Oh yeah. I mean, I figure aside from the paint, it's probably, like, mostly intact, like there's no tears or anything like that in it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Whatever there was probably fixed at that point.
Yeah. Basically, the only thing that was really wrong with it was just the ridiculous garish paint splatters all over it, and you managed to fix that up with no issue.
She'd probably try to, at some point, if she can gather the materials, repaint some of it, like, try to keep the leather, like, keep, like, the brown leather, or try to, like, paint whatever is brown or whatever on it black, and then try to get some red in there, too, you know, just to flush it out, but she'll equip it for now.
Alright.
And then she'll probably, be, you know, working on a new song, i.e. prepping for her new spell.
Ooh. Right?
And that's about it.
Then we'll move over to the boring room with Red and Watcher.
Watcher is looking at Red with his arms crossed in the same thing of going, okay, I'm standing in the boring room.
Look, you didn't have to join me, but you insisted, so
I'm tilting. I'm tilting my head and then waving a hand at you and me, like, yeah, you need you need me for this. You need me for this? What are we doing exactly? I throw my hands up.
Oh. Well. Red just kind of looks up and around and kind of Well, the first thing he does, he's going to get up. He's going to move over towards the desk drawers, and he's going to double check and make sure there aren't any snozzlings that decide to make their home in there.
So you open the drawers, and the nesting material is still there, but there are not schnozzlings inside the drawers.
Alright, he's going to take the nesting material out and throw it into... I'm assuming there's a wastebasket nearby.
There's the beaten up Heckna helper that's basically functioning as a trash can downstairs, yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. But if there's nothing in the room, he'll just... after I've been through... Good. No snozzlings. Well... I was just... I don't know... With everything that's been going on in the Revelia, he'll just kind of look his eyes up and just kind of nonchalantly kind of go to the lock eyes with the Heckna poster.
It waves back at you.
And then he'll just kind of look back to Watcher. And Sylvan, he'll just kind of make the comment. Truth be told, I wanted to see if Heckna understood. And he'll just kind of look expectantly at Heckna poster, see if he gets a response out of that.
Give me 1 second to look through Heckna's stuff here. The posters, I believe in this room, the wallpaper is a bunch of Hecknas, so they all in unison seem to tilt their head at you.
I'll look over and nod.
Well, and Sylvan, he'll continue. Well, that's comforting. He doesn't appear to speak your native tongue.
He gives a half smile.
Truth be told, with what happened with Argyle, I was wondering if Heckna would attempt to offer another one of his deals if I were to stay in here, but... I wonder what the situation would be if you were here as well. Obviously, he would extend an offer to you, considering the game you're playing. Let alone the nature of your deal here. I wonder if he would attempt to reach one out to me as well. He ponders.
He thinks about what kind of deal Heckna would make if both Red and myself were in this room. He would just tap one of the arrows in his quiver and then just close his eyes and give like a resigned huff, and then he would point at like his neck and his head, and then he'd look at you and shrug, as if to say he'd probably have you kill me. He laughs with you, but it's a silent laugh.
He'll just kind of look at Heckna or look at the Hecknas and see if Heckna gets a response out of me laughing.
Boy, I wish it was in on the joke. Sounds like a good
we're
one.
Laughing in deep elf.
Oh, it's Sylvan. In comment, he'll say, "Oh, it's Sylvan humor."
Fairy humor. Fun stuff. Spent some time in the Feywilds. I've gotten, some things. Do tell.
Here's an interesting question above Game Rabbit.
Hmm.
Would Watcher in their travels there have a chance to tell any particular jokes?
I will look up fairy jokes for you. All these are so cute. I'm trying to find a good one.
Oh, I've got one. He'll look over to Heckna and he'll just be like, and he'll just hold his head up. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
A fairy.
A fairy who?
A fairy special guest.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm going to a different website. I know exactly what you're looking at. Let's see.
Do you have any good jokes, Heckna?
Let me look through the old joke book for you. And the wallpaper, it's mostly Heckna faces, but like a little book appears that he's flipping through.
It's just like each,
It
it's
says
just like a little
mandatory
book
humor.
with each one.
Here, above game Draco, let me help you out a minute.
I was gonna grab from my dad jokes book, and if you got one for me, I'll use that.
No, I'm just redeeming punny reward for you.
Even better.
You beat me to it.
Well
Damn
then.
it.
What's the loudest pet you can get? A trumpet!
He'll just kind of play over towards Heckna. That was pretty clever. I'll give you that much.
Thank you. I've got 1 million of them.
None of these are appropriate for your stream. I was like, here's one about chickens, and I'm like, oh.
Cox.
Haha.
Yeah.
You know, while we are here, I mean, Watcher, you're here, we're having our friendly little game.
He nods.
Red, we aren't. Is there anything either of you would like? Out of pure curiosity. From the host with the most here.
He kind of paces back and forth for a second. With his trademark finger and thumb cupping his chin. Well, what mortal doesn't have something they want, I suppose. Many would wish for money, wealth, friends, power, love.
A crown. Sorry, that's
I just like to look at Red as he's just, doing the motion of, lifting something above his head. Points towards Watcher. A crown.
He nods.
Well, I can't get you
Sorry,
the
I'm
crown
the
you
poster.
want particularly, Watcher, but I could perhaps get you your own crown if you'd like that. Defeats the whole purpose of our game if I just gave you the crown, wouldn't it?
Oh, of course
He nods.
not. It's strange that all this time that we've been traveling, that was the one thing he wasn't real keen on telling me until the very, very end. He said he was looking for something, but I suppose he kept that a little more of a secret. Huh.
Watcher looks like he's in thought, and then he goes ahead and just shakes his head no at Heckna. He's part of the court. He has everything he needs.
The only thing that he needs is the one thing that he's here for. Well... that is... Huh. You'll just gotta sit down on the bed. Well, we do all have our secrets. And he'll just kind of look over to Watcher and just kind of nod for a split second.
Watcher will look at him and he'll hold up a finger and point at himself, just as if to say, one. That was the only one.
There's nothing at all I could get you, Watcher. Of course, I pitch this now for you to think on. You don't have to answer right away. But imagine, if you will, you having your own glade right here in the Revelia that changes along with the seasons as you do. A place to call your very own. Tatiana and Oberon don't really give you your own personal place, do you? Imagine what you could do if you had your very own glade to manipulate and use and style however you saw fit. Doesn't that sound nice?
Watcher thinks about that for a minute. He looks lost in thought for a moment, but he pays it no mind. That's a genuine thought.
And the Heckna faces on the wallpaper smile at that. And Red, you're a gambling man, right?
He pauses for a long while as he begins to cup his chin again. Go on.
Well, I'm sure you know about the Flop House here in the Revelia. Fun little casino you haven't had the chance to quite sink your teeth into. I could give you a few pointers as a start. Some interesting things about the machines and games over at the Flop House give you a little bit of an advantage if you would do something for me.
He curls in a little bit more as he still continues to cut his chin. Well, that is a very hard bargain you're pressing yourself with, Heckna. Well, it is a tempting offer, and I will say that it is a very tempting offer about your fine establishment and all the games one can play. I'm not quite sure if I should accept that yet.
Fair enough. Take all the time you need to consider. You know where to find me, after all. And all of the faces on the wallpaper will wink at the same time.
Well, to think and to sleep. You're right, Hadun. Perhaps some rest will help find some insight for your offer.
Of course. You've had a very busy day. I saw that fight after all. Woof! Well, both of you get your well-deserved rest. I've got stuff to do and you've got some sleeping to get to. Have a pleasant evening.
And you as well, sir.
A very courtly nod.
I should probably get some rest soon. We'll see. And the faces stop moving, and it seems, at the moment at least, Heckna is not in the room. But is he still watching? Who could say?
Red's just gonna switch to Sylvan real quick and just snap straight to Watcher. You wouldn't honestly consider that, would you?
Watcher tilts his head.
His offer for you and Sylvan.
Watcher will give you. Watcher will lead you out into the hallway.
Just kind of rolls his eyes to the back of his head and be like, he'll make his way up to the desk, grab the bedding from the previous Snaslings, and then step out into the hallway.
Oh, when you do that, hold on a minute. You place the nesting material on the floor, I'm guessing, right?
I guess next to the right next to the door, I guess, because
before you set it there, just before you set it next to the door, I will just point at a place in the middle of the hallway. Like, no, put it there.
Right. He'll set the bedding down, basically right where he points.
And Watcher will go ahead and make a snapping motion of his finger and a sacred flame. It's an object. I don't think you can make a dex save. I'd be impressed if you could.
Cannot. You have confirmed that those wrappers are not a mimic.
So the nested material gets engulfed in this pale blue fire. And then looking at you, he will point at his holy symbol, and then he'll point at his heart. And then he'll make a sly smile, and then he'll make the motion of a game piece, and then he'll nod.
Of course. Why would I doubt you? And Sylvan, he'll say that. Of course, why would I doubt you? Truth be told, he did drive a very hard bargain. If you remember the tavern where there was a group of workers that were just standing around playing some card games, and I managed to rake them over the coals for that.
I'll make thaumaturgy real quick. You'll hear the sound of dwarves laughing, glasses clinking, and cards being shuffled, and then I'll tilt my head at them.
Right. that was probably about a 10-day after we first met. Well, no. That was right shortly after we got back to the material plane. Right.
He nods. He'll make another gesture, and one of the thaumaturgies will be a dwarven voice going, "Oh, you cleaned me out!"
He'll continue himself, and as he just kind of makes his way back in, and he'll sit back down on the bed. He was this close. As he just raises up his hand, he'll kind of make that motion with his hands as he just kind of squints his eye between the thumb and index finger as he just kind of squints it. And Sylvan, to be honest, he was this close.
He'll tilt his head, and then hold up a hand as if to say, "What do you mean?"
A gambler's life. It's a hard life. When you play the game, sometimes it's hard to know when to hold your cards close. As he brings out into his pack and holds out his deck of cards.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a chance at something, if there's something great worth it at the end, I'll always take that risk. Whether it's as simple as a friendly wager, or even when the stakes are a lot higher. All I had to do was say something else. And he probably would have had me, as he just kind of rolls back in sighs in disbelief.
He'll tilt his head and then point at the cards, and then poke a finger into your chest, as if to say, "What do the cards mean to you?"
I suppose I need some time to think about a proper response, but off the bat,
He'll make a couple of gestures. He'll make the sound of like falling coins, and then he'll give you a look like, "Is it that?"
well, perhaps.
He's noticed a bunch of people from Material Plane really love those dumb shiny coins.
Ah, yes, the one bane of every fae. Capitalism.
Capitalism. That's why we're allergic to iron. We're socialists.
Yeah,
Socialists go ahead and recoil at the sight of an iron bar in a flame.
Just a well-known
At
fact.
least you're not having to deal with iron sickles.
The communist national anthem intensifies.
You beat me to it. Signos Velashivi.
That's why we're socialists. Oh Christ. So yeah, he'll look at you, and just be like, "Is it that?"
Well, yes. Games of chance. It's always something I kind of grew up with. I found I was always good at just trying to get a read on people, trying to see what makes them tick. Try to see how I can use that for my advantage, and see how the cards and the chips fall when it's all said and done.
He'll think about that for a minute. Then he'll go ahead and point at himself in his courtier robes, and then he'll go ahead and make another thaumaturgy of the sound of basically just a conversation and then he'll look at you. To you, it probably would be like he's trying to convey intrigue to you, like the concept of court intrigue, which is what his wheelhouse is, and how that's not too far off from gambling in a sense.
Huh.
Of having to read people and having to know when to go ahead and press your bet and know when to go ahead and hold and when to go ahead and fold and redraw the conversation at a later time.
In common, he'll say, huh, I suppose you're right on that, Watcher. And kind of snapping back to it, he'll just kind of switch back to Sylvan again.
He'll nod when you switch back to Sylvan.
But it's just all of the games. It's difficult to know just how far I can gamble, try to come out on top. But at the end of it all, if things do go south, I'm not sure if I can deal with the consequences. That's my catch-22, I suppose. Loving to play, always wanting to play, but I never want to lose.
Watcher will look at you when you say that, and then he'll give like a slight gesture to the Heckna wallpaper, then back to Red, point at your cards, and then point to you, and then make a gesture of two fingers walking across his hand, as if to say that could be an out. And then he will put like a thumb and forefinger on your deck, like on your deck of cards there. Do you let him hold your cards for a second?
Oh. If you go to grab it, he'll let go and let you have it.
He then holds up a number, like two fingers. He's either saying or option 2, and then he goes ahead and draws however many cards were in that card game that you played with those dwarves that you showed him. And then he'll put those in your hands, and then he'll go ahead and wave a hand out of Heckna, and then look at you, make a gesture of a crown, put it on his head, and then he'll go ahead and pull out his tickets, and then like wave the tickets at you, as if to say, so Heckna's thing could be an easy thing to go ahead and empty the pot now, or you could go ahead and keep betting, and if we pull this off and I can go back to my queen, there'll be a much bigger payout.
Red just kind of ponders about it for a moment, cupping his chin. I'm not sure how Oberon and Titiana would handle a human in their court. What do you think? If that is what you're offering, am I understanding that correctly?
Watcher will go ahead and sit next to you and hand your cards back. And then he'll think about it. And then he looks at you and shrugs. If he will wave a hand, he'll point his holy symbol and then wave his hand out to be like, anything. Like, yeah. Whatever you want. It wouldn't be... He certainly hasn't seen it. He'll need lungs for this conversation later. He's never seen it. He's never seen it himself. But there's probably all kinds of people who go ahead and use Fey magic and could go ahead and be associated with Fey courts. He makes a sound with thaumaturgy. It sounds a little bit like Lilith, as if to say Lilith uses Fey magic. It's not unheard.
I suppose we could cross that bridge when we get there.
He'll look
switch back to-
he'll look at you, and he'll point at his holy symbol then back to you, as if to say, if you were to meet her, what would you ask for?
Ah. Now that is an interesting question and conversation of itself. He'll just switch back to common when he says that. But I suppose it is getting late, old friend. He'll kind of look to you, and as he reaches out to grab for his the rest of his deck.
Mm-hmm. He hands it back to you. He'll stand up, and he'll make the shape of a candy cane, and then point to himself, and then make like a silent laughter, as if to say, if it's all the same to you.
Well, I suppose. Thank you again for your insights and allowing me to humor this. As
He'll make a motion to his mouth, and then he'll bow very deeply at you, as if to say, "I'm sorry, I can't talk right now."
no, it's not your fault, really. In due time, you will come back around, and we can have so much more fun discussing these possibilities later. Sleep well, Watcher, and thank you, truly. And Red will go to bed.
He makes a gesture of his court, and then he bows and leaves. Grabs the candy cane, and he'll go back to his room in the sweet suite. When he does, I have one spell left before we rest and I get my spells back. I want to cast that noise.
All right.
It is this is gonna be unique from how you told me everything is here.
Okay.
But I want to cast Augury.
Interesting. Sticks, rolling dragon, gunslinger, or any cards in the dining tool. Know from worldly entity about the results of specific course of action. Next 30 minutes, DM choose the following: wheel, low, healing well for good and bad. Nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. Well, doesn't take into account possible circumstances that might be the outcome, such as spells, lost companion, and completing a long rest. There's a 25 cumulative % chance each casting. Okay.
Yeah. So the only thing I want to ask is, and obviously we're calling out to Mom, but we're basically seeing if we can get a callback. We're getting a callback anywhere. So basically, the augury is, can you hear my voice?
Ah. So, I would say that you would have to buy the materials you would need to cast this spell from Locke first.
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah.
you wouldn't have had them on your person at the time being, and you need to buy magical components from Locke.
Oh, shit. I figured I'd have something in this prayer thing. My bad.
No worries.
Do you have a token that's worth at least 25 gold?
Yeah, well, let's look through your materials here to see if you do have.
Yeah, I have a
value.
priest pack, so let me see what that comes with real fast. Because I figured a priest pack would have the stuff for it, but if it doesn't, I can always trade.
Warhammer, scale mill, common clothes, priest pack.
Priest pack, candle, tinderbox. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, because this is a thing you would need to get materials for specifically, since it mentions the gold value of it. Except here, obviously, it's red tickets. But any
Right.
casting material Locke should theoretically have, I would just have to roll to see if he does have it.
Okay. I would, I just go to the room and rest. Probably thaumaturgy up to go ahead and just have some nice fairy things floating around.
Alright. And as you all lie down for your rest proper, I think this would be a pretty good place for us to take a quick break, get some water, drink legs, all that jazz. And,
So many legs.
yeah. And,
when will the government stop your just leg consuming?
I don't know. They haven't yet. We'll have to see if they ever do manage to get on me on that, but, so far I'm able to get free. But,
They can't outrun me.
yeah, I got too many legs. What are they gonna do?
Can't stop, won't stop.
No, that's danger.
He's got far too many. We'll never catch him, not with legs like these.
Nah. But, you know, a little while ago, Bubba actually redeemed something that I couldn't do in mid-scene, but now that we're on break, I've grabbed Heckna, and he can give you what you want, Bubba. Ada, Bubba. I don't know why you wanted that in particular, but, there it is.
I like that.
You don't. I find that hilarious.
Look,
Are
I
you?
mean, I
What?
must
No.
provide for those who... I must provide what people want, and that is apparently what people wanted.
I'm literally
It is a service that people are willing to pay for.
I'm
Indeed.
70 points away from that.
But now that I've done
Alright.
that, I will put up the be right back.
He. Oh, I hate this.
I'll put that up. I'll get my own water and all that. Entertain chat, whoever is left here while I'm gone.
Okay. Let's dance.
So, Rabbit, are you gonna buy yourself a lotto ticket for tomorrow?
No, I don't gamble. I don't care how high it is.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to kill time while everyone else is gone.
I
was like-
used to, but not anymore, my friend.
I'm like, look, I don't gamble under normal means anyway, but when I see the fact that the
Powerball is $1 billion. Look, I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum. If you want to do that, yeah, go off, King. That's
I'm like,
why the fuck wouldn't you? It's a crazy high thing now.
the fact that it starts with a 4 or with 3 digits and a 9 is like, okay, even with the tax and everything, like you're still gonna get over $500 million.
Dude, it is a dog shit bonkers amount.
I can't even comprehend what I would do if I won $10,000. Like,
I'd die. I'd actually die, probably. I
Like-
would probably just cease to live.
same, like, that'd be the heart, like, that'd be the I'm coming Elizabeth moment, like, oh my god, ah!
If I, by some sheer dumb stroke of luck, do wind up getting that exorbitant amount of money, first off, I would get a financial advisor. Second,
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
second, throw a bunch of money in investments.
Awesome.
Third,
hmm
I would move out of this apartment, build a house, and get that all set up. Then I would be next to my friends.
The
Chip in when they need it.
the best advice I can give would be to donate as much as possible.
Oh heck yeah.
Oh, are you kidding? I'm gonna be like Gold D. Roger. I'm just gonna hide it somewhere in the ocean.
Like bury it in New Mexico in like a random spot that no one will ever find.
What's
Plant
that?
one cactus on it. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
But yeah, it's like the what my dad actually told me that it's like the smartest idea to do would be like splurge on yourself, obviously, because I mean you have that money, you get that money, you're gonna want to. But take at least $3 million, put it in a bank account you never touch, and just live off the interest just in case things go south.
Oh my god. The
Because
fact that I hear rabbits whistling Big Sake in the background, it's almost poetic. Big Sahuna Sake wo can yo.
I'm not gonna lie, I am have tempted to get that the stick back to Heckna.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
we're
You come
talking
back to rabbit whistling Big Sake.
and us talking about what would happen if anybody won the $500 million after taxes Powerball that's going out tomorrow.
Oh wow. I didn't know that was going.
It's advertised at $1 billion. So if you take the lump sum, you're getting $500 million.
First off, get a financial advisor. Second off, get the investments. Third off, profit.
See, I would put probably all of it in the bank, and then I would start spending it on, like, I don't know, maybe a house with a pool or something. Or just live the way I am, but have that money for a good long while to basically fund not having to go to my job I don't like. My don't
Like,
have
all-
to work anymore fund.
All we do is this, like, just live the way you normally live. Aren't you worth $500 million? I don't care. Why are you driving Uber?
Because I
It's
can
just
afford
fun.
to.
It's a fun way to pass the time. I mean, you're riding in a hydrogen-powered car, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
See, I'd be the same way if I won the lottery. I'd still like work a part-time job because I'd get bored.
See,
Oh, I would make a video game company.
see, I would
There you are,
just
get your own
focus on
startup.
streaming and voice acting. I would never work a job that I consider a job again.
Also, because I know my spending habits, I would probably blow it in like a few years.
Well, most people would. Most people do. Like they buy everything that they've always wanted. They just never have anything left after like 5 years is what I've heard.
Oh, if I won the lottery, obviously the first thing I'd do with it is I'd pay my student loans off because that's been around for a while. I only went to college for like 3 years, but I still probably owe like 30 or 40 grand right now in student loan debt.
That was a joke. Choco, don't pay off your student loans. You won't have anything left.
Yeah.
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 No student loans at the moment.
Um,
I was about to say, Oh, go ahead, Chaco.
I was gonna say, like, I've never been of interest in, like, getting a car or a driver's license because I have neither of those right now. I would maybe consider it, but also at the same time, I'd probably just go, like, move to a country or a city that has reliable, like, public transportation that is large enough to where I don't need to use a car.
You could be like you could just be really fancy and just hire somebody. Like, I'll pay you $2,000 a week to drive me around.
Right, yeah, or I just, you know, it's like I'd pay you the equivalent of like a minimum wage salary to, you know, be my chauffeur.
Meanwhile,
And
I'm like, if I were in that situation, if going to a different country, it's like, well, maybe I want to try hitting up Denmark.
Yeah, that could be
Oh,
fun.
believe me, I've thought about it. Like, I have a goal in my head right now of within like 3 years to 4 years, somewhere in 3 to 5 years, I want to move out of the United States. For several reasons.
Yeah. I don't really have any plans about it, but I'd like to leave the US or have the capacity to do so if the worst happens.
I mean, I've been watching a streamer who's actually going to be moving to the Netherlands, and it's actually like ridiculously easy to get a work visa over there. Like, you literally just have to, like, I think you literally just have to like show them proof that you have a viable you have like a viable like job that can basically pay your way through there, and that's about it. Like, he's like a Twitch streamer and YouTuber. He's a speedrunner, and they have actually, coming up at the end of the week, they have ESA, the European Speedrunning Association, is having their convention at the end of the week, and a bunch of speedrunners are gonna be there. But it's, I guess, like, if you have like the proper like proof of income, it's like ridiculously easy to get a work visa to move to the Netherlands.
Do you think they need people that have worked in retail? And slash or a voice actor and slash or a streamer?
I mean, I know a lot of the North Central European companies are like heavily invested in like engineering jobs.
Or they need someone who's good at building PCs.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten the call from that job.
I know, like, specifically, like you said, like Denmark actually does have a very large like engineering industry.
Yeah, I don't have that knowledge.
Say that's what I went to school for, and if it came down to it and I wanted to go back into the engineering field, I would probably, you know, try to find words, the right word to say, try to find like an ambassador or like a travel expert and be like, hey, I want to get back into the engineering field and I want to study abroad. Where is the best country to go to for that, and how do I have to get entered into, like, you know, how do I get a visa to do that and stuff like that. But also considering the fact that most other countries' education system is way better than the U.S., and mostly because, you know, they don't baby people, and like, you look at the American education system where a lot of the things that we learn in like high school and even in college, most people in the rest of the world learn when they're in like middle school.
Wow.
Like, I had when I was in high school, in one of my math classes, I had integrated math, which, if anybody knows what integrated math is, it is a very, very poor way of teaching mathematics. But we had an exchange student girl from Japan. Oddly enough, my hometown, Battle Creek, we have a sister city in Japan, and so we get a lot of study abroad and like overseas exchange students from Japan. And she was in one of my math classes, and she was, I think, literally in that class for, I want to say, a month, maybe either a month or a month and a half, and she dropped out because it was too easy for her. A high school level mathematics was too easy for her, probably because she had already learned that shit when she was in middle school.
Or elementary school.
Yeah, or elementary school.
God damn.
Because the schooling system over in Japan is so much different than the U.S. They literally have primary school, which is literally like first through ninth is literally considered primary school, and then 10th, 11th, and 12th is considered your high school. So it's actually 3 years of high school compared to 4.
Huh.
But over there, like, high school for them is actually preparing them for college. So they're learning like what we would learn in college in the United States. They're learning in high school because they're actually preparing themselves for a higher education, not going to college and then learning the same shit you learned in high school, even if it's just as a refresher. It's still learning the same shit you already learned in high school.
Mm.
Everything. Stop fucking falling. Fucking nightmare universe. I just wanted tea.
No, no.
Damn it.
Oh,
Do not
boy.
deny the rabbit his tea.
Man, I need to learn how to brew my own tea. I want to. The biggest thing that that's always confusing me when it comes to tea is like what is like good tea and what is bad tea in terms of like the stuff that I get at like my local, Mega Mart, good tea versus if I go to an actual like store specifically that sells like actual like not even tea bags but sells like actual tea leaves.
Huh.
I normally get chai tea, mostly from an actual tea store. I forgot the actual brand that I normally get. It's I used to get it. I got it on my first deployment when I went to Iraq, and they showed me what it was. And ever since I always get the exact same one every time I go to. I remember the bag because it's a yellow and green bag, but I just don't remember the name of it.
I mean, say what you want about the Middle East and, the political conflicts and stuff that we have over there, but, their food is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, it is.
I learned something from the Spider-Verse movie. Chai means tea, so chai tea is just tea.
Yeah.
Tea.
Tea.
Yeah.
What's off for TT? Wow. If I just did just a little bit that has an entirely different context, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is a canon event.
Either way you do it, I guess. Sorry, ta-ta, TT, ta-ta. Or, wait.
Back.
Oh.
This next interaction with Heckna was a canon event.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh, was I muted? Nope. Okay. can hear
You
me.
were not. We heard pots and pans
Yeah.
sort of in the background.
Yeah, half of my kitchen fell over.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, are you okay?
One bowl hit my spice rack, which fell over, which knocked over my pots, and then those pots hit the floor.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, at one point we were like, come on, I just want to have tea. And I
Yeah.
feel sorry for the rat.
Yeah, because I got this natural milk and like low pasteurization, whatnot. Do you know when actually Milla might know this? Do you know that there's like a layer of cream that forms on the top of those glass jars?
Oh yeah, because that's how raw milk naturally is. The cream literally rises to the top.
I never knew that. Pain in the ass. So there isn't nothing long enough to get in there. That's where this mess started. So I was like, I got the end of this spoon, and I was like, I jabbed it. And then I shook it up, and I was like, okay, now to put this glass jar to this cup and get some goddamn milk. No, because it's one of those round mouths. So it just dribbles down like a toddler's mouth when you're like, eat your soup!
That's why back in the day, like before,
I know
like
that
when the first fridges was invented, and milk was not being pasteurized because it wasn't like a FDA thing back in like the 20s and 30s. People would sell just raw milk in glass jars, and you had to shake it because you had to separate all of like the cream and stuff from it.
And stuff in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like the novelty. I'm going back to the other stuff. I like the novelty, but you know what? Science existed for a purpose.
Yeah, we have
I was
science
gonna say,
now.
if you
We
want
can
raw
do better.
But
If you want raw milk, you can just see if you have a buddy that just, sells that on the down low off to the side and just grab it from there.
but,
mean-
I'll
I mean-
tell you what, it is good despite all the screaming and everything falling. It's not bad.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you know people who can get you milk directly from the dairy processing plants or whatever, directly from a farm, then that's about as close as you're gonna get to fresh milk.
Mm-hmm. Literally, it's like within 2 days. That's about how often milk gets picked up. From
I mean,
to
My-
truck. It's usually within 2 days.
I mean, a good chunk of my family live in the country, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get, some of their food from like local farms. And it's supporting local business, which, despite what a lot of people might think, the farming industry is kind of tanking right now.
Huh. But
That being said, that was the hardest cup. That was the hardest fought cup of milk I ever had in my life.
you
I
went
just
to
wanted
war for that
goddamn
milk.
tea, and then everything fell. And it almost fell on my foot that has a gash in it right now. So I'm just like,
Ooh.
God, Jesus. I'm like, I don't need this corporal punishment that my foot has.
Got-
Due to
I-
you.
Damn.
I dropped a piece of plywood on my foot once at work.
Ooh.
Dude, somebody dropped a Ford F-150 on my foot before.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for my steel toes, honestly.
Ugh.
Oof.
That could have gotten even worse with that too.
Oh, it was so great because the troubleshoot was no longer me thinking. I just went, move it.
Yeah,
Fix
and
it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
the fun part was it wasn't even on like the curve of like the upper part of my foot. It was straight down on like the toes, like literally right where the toes meet like the rest of the foot, and it was like the edge of the plywood
Oh,
too.
Lord.
Ugh.
It was plywood siding too, so think about that.
Mm. But
It did not feel good.
with everybody back here, I think we're good to hop back on into it if everyone's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready to tip tap into it.
Yep.
Right, so when you go outside, you notice that the moon has changed phases once again. It's now back to being a full moon, which is pretty interesting. But as you're staring at that snack, a flyer slaps into your face.
Wait, whose face?
Snack.
Yours.
What the fuck? Yo, get out.
Red
Argyle
will
just
go
will
and
lift it
grab
off.
it.
It's you. You're a drizzle.
Argyle, as you take it off, you notice the flyer says, "Come to the..." Let me... Come to the Shit. I'm drawing a blank. I'm
I'll
brain
give you some
farting.
time.
I had this all set up. I should have wrote it down in my mind. I had it. This is a terrible thing. Ah, here we are. Come to the Dastardly Disco, the greatest party in all the Revelia. Win magical items and a spot on the Champion's Wall. Or become a slave to the boogie. Can you make it through the 5 rooms of the Dastardly Disco? Come and find out. In the building behind the Flophouse.
Above game, is that this one?
Hold on, I was over in the...
That's
Yeah, it's
true.
that one over there, exactly.
It has I was like, that looked like a disco ball. So
Yeah,
It does look like a disco ball, yeah.
I'm so
But
happy.
in-game, we don't know what that is.
so here's the question: should we go to this disco or do you want to go to the casino?
What even is a disco?
I don't know.
Sounds disgusting.
The
I
imagery
mean, they're
on
right
the
next.
flyer...
I mean, they're right next to each other.
The imagery on the flyer,
yeah.
there's a mirror ball, multicolored floors, people dancing. In, like, above game, you all know what it looks like. White leather suits. The general disco
Mhm.
affair.
Disco stew.
Exactly.
It
yeah.
looks kind of like a weird looking tavern.
Oh god, I have to find the thing in that. I'll post it in chat.
Well, I posted what I first thought of.
Let's see.
Uh,
Ah, yes, that exactly.
Friday night.
do, 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 do.
oh yeah, we're in spring phase right now, so it's
light green outfit, just like very soft green hair and flowers growing in it. Pale skin. The Watcher scratches his head looking at the poster, and then looks over at Red and shrugs.
Huh. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to make of it either.
I make a walking fingers motion on my hand.
Well, you could see what it is, I suppose, but... well... First order of business... As, Red was pointed over to the woods.
Watcher nods and hops atop his noble steed.
I hold danger. Away.
Lilith will get on her unicorn.
Right, and you all ride off into the woods. The poles once again leaving a very clear-to-track trail, but I'm sure it's fine.
At least we could probably find our way back if we ever get lost.
Oh, yeah. You're not getting lost here, that's for damn sure.
Above game, I haven't named my one to give my unicorn, but I don't know if I should.
I mean, you could. Or you could message me, over Discord and see.
Is it Charlie?
No. Up, Stallion! Come here, girl!
Stallion!
Stallion. Oh, God. You know what? I don't see why not.
There, my unicorn's name is now Butt Stallion.
Right, I will change that as soon as I get the opportunity to. But it doesn't take you too long to find Gertrude's hut. It looks very similar to the Sweet Sweet, made out of candy. And she's inside her hut, you can see from the windows if you want to knock on to get her attention. While you're in the area, though, you do notice that deeply embedded in a twisted tree is a large chrome-plated half-circle of moonstone. Its shiny coating has chipped off, revealing chipped scratch stone underneath. Patching some of the chips are colorful stickers and ribbons. You get the feeling that this might be the catch you're looking for.
I point at it immediately.
Ah. Good eye. Red will look to Snack and walk up, grab the catch, air quotes, and present it to Snack to put it in the bag of holding. If you would be so kind.
As you go to grab it, Gertrude looks out the window and notices you. Well, hang on there a second. That's my thing.
Oh.
You can't just go and take it. It's very pretty. It makes the whole forest come together.
Snack gets down off the dragon with a serious look on her face, walk up to her, and put the Gertrude wonderment in her hand and walk away.
I mean, I could, roll a persuasion.
Hey, get a +4 on that big boy.
Persuasion. Oops. Ooh, that's a +6 now. Oh shit.
Roll +4. Fuck.
Yep, +4.
Yo, roll back time.
No, it's,
Use inspiration or something.
I will say you would have advantage because you're giving her a sweet, but at the same time that still wouldn't be enough. Now, hang on. As much as I enjoy these sweets, which I do, I mean, you just tried to take my thing. I'm gonna need
That
maybe
gives
a
her
bit
cotton
more
candy.
than this.
I will step forward and I will bow apologetically, and I will go ahead and point at it, and then just it caught my eye, and then I will go ahead and point at her and go, wave my hands in front of me like I did not know it was yours. I bow again. I am apologizing, and then I would go ahead and just wave its snack and his candy, and also wave at my bag and whatnot, and wave at Figgy, and then point back at the catch, as if to say, we are willing to trade for that if you would like.
Yeah, yes. What my esteemed friend is suggesting is that we weren't sure that was necessarily yours, but we would actually like this if you'd be willing to trade for it, perhaps for some more candy. Or if there's something else you would want instead.
Alright. Roll another
Please?
persuasion. Again with advantage, because you've enticed her with even more candy.
Get a +4, big boy.
Okay, here I go.
I believe in you.
Is it red or a snack after giving a second piece of candy?
Well, since I would argue I would be giving advantage to Snack because he has possession of the candy. Plus, you have the better bonus.
Okay.
I believe in you.
Okay, so that would be 18 plus 4. For
Plus the bardic inspiration.
plus
if you
bardic
so wish.
inspiration if you want to spend that.
Is it D6, right?
Yeah, D6.
No, it's the D8 now that I'm level 5.
D6.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Let's
D8.
go.
So it's D8.
Oh, it's a D8. Ooh, it's a fat boy now.
The bard,
Three,
the
four,
cool guy.
So that's a
27.
This is
27.
the cool girl.
That's a 27 now.
All right.
So-
I suppose if I'm getting more candies, I could stand to lose it. And she'll reach into the tree with her hand and pull it out, and then hand it over to you.
Oh, thank you so much for your consideration, Madam Figgy Pudding.
Now, what am I getting aside from this fantastic thing? Holding the wonderment.
I slap Snack on the back and push him forward with my hand as if to say, "This is your moment." And then I will squeeze your shoulder as if to say, "Don't fuck this up."
Matt pulls out a funnel cake,
Ooh.
2 kind of candy, and then look at her.
She has a big smile on her face and her eyes are glittering. A little bit of
What that
drool is
do?
coming out the corner of her mouth. Yes, I think this is good. Worth that wondrous, shiny thing. Thank you very much, dearies. Pleasure doing business with you.
And likewise.
And she immediately
I
starts
ba-
tearing into some of the food in front of you.
Thank you so much, dearies. Just thrashes at it like a wild animal.
Yeah.
The
Like a
thing is,
shark in a blood frenzy.
Yeah.
I just like to imagine this is literally like the first Casper live action movie where the ghosts are just snacking on it and it just falls right through. Just
And again, for
Because
everybody in chat.
Gertrude's a ghost, isn't she?
Yes, yes, she is. I pulled her back up so everyone can remember what Gertrude Figgy Pudding looks like.
It's just
What
like
do we-
when Fatso in the movie was eating it. Just
And again, she
What-
is
what do
viciously
we do
tearing
again?
through this candy voraciously. This sweet old lady ghost.
I will
The-
take a
they-
couple steps back and then hop back on my unicorn.
The
And I
camera
will
just
get
the
everyone.
camera just cuts to us, and we just all have like horrified expressions as like candy bits and wrappers are flying by us.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
that. You know what this is? This
Yeah,
is
man.
that scene from the original Casper movie, or from the
I
Casper
was just
movie.
saying that, yeah. The first breakfast where they just
That snack would just be crying as you guys look horrified. What are we gonna get for this?
you get the catch.
The catch.
The catch.
The
And
catch.
if you'd like to learn more about the catch, you're going to have to get back to the Lost and Found so that the toy maker can explain the situation to you.
While we're walking back to our mounts and whatnot, there is one thing I want to find that would help us out in the long run here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find. It's one of those things where it's like it's a spell component, but at the same point, it's just like, okay, that's easy to find. It's literally so. All you need is a twig.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a forked twig.
You're in the forest. I see no reason why you couldn't find a forked twig in here. You're not gonna have to
I'm
buy
in the
that
forest.
from Locke.
I'm an Eladrin. I know what these things tend to look like. Call me crazy.
If you can't find a twig in the forest, we have problems.
If I can't find a twig in the forest, I'm just gonna sigh and go back to the Queen of Air and Darkness. Fuck this, I'm going back to the wasteland.
Hey, Titania, I fucked up real bad. Couldn't find a twig. I'ma go now, bye.
I'm gonna make my way to the Winter Court now.
I'm gonna go ahead and hang out with Scathic, because I picked. Yeah, I get it. I get you. Alright, bye! Bye! Bye!
Fun while it lasted.
Oh, God. Yeah, so I want to go ahead and collect as many twigs as whatever dice you'll let me roll.
Alright, let's say... Good.
D6 fair?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
5. 5 forked twigs.
Alright.
Nice.
Draco.
Yes.
And I do perception checks to see if I can't find the stick.
What are you looking for?
The stick.
Ah. Yeah, you could do a quick perception check for that.
Nope.
Get a +4, dog. Remember me.
Oh, what's what? God damn it.
Yeah, you're not finding any trace of stick anywhere around here. You're outside of the Revelia, so that might be a factor here.
I will look at your. I will look at you searching this stuff, and I'll tilt my head and go, and just pat your chest and like shrug, like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Looking for sticks.
I literally wave at all the trees. Like, he just has a stone face when you say I'm looking for sticks, and he's like, we're in the forest, bro.
This deck will have a bow face back at you to say, yeah, I know, I'm looking for a specific one.
I'll look at you for a second. And then I'll snap my finger and point up at, like, a distant Hecknatron.
Yeah, and it sure enough still has the alert for, hey, find the stick, win 5,000 red tickets. It shifts
And
through
I'll-
some stuff too, but go ahead.
And I'll look back at you after I point at the Hecknatron, as if to say, that stick?
Yes.
I beam at you, and I hold up one of my forked twigs.
I will.
So, Red and Snack, you both here in Draconic. Did he speak to you last night?
Snack without looking at you says back in Draconic, yes.
Same offer? Give
Yes,
me whatever you
Draconic.
want, and
Yeah, the Draconic Red will say yes.
He gave me two options.
I guess that one of them was to betray us, just like he did with me.
One of them is to convince you guys to join him. The second one, if I find the stick and bring it to him, he'll bring 2 people here.
You do realize it's not going to be it's not going to be right here. It's not going to be around an actual stick. It's probably like a magic wand or something.
I mean, I was looking out here just in case somebody tried to hide it out here, out his...
I get that. It's just
But still, the 2 people I want here are the 2 people that burned down my village. I want to kill them with my hand.
how's this for a counter offer to the clown? If we get out of here, I'll personally help you find who you're looking for. I'm good at that.
Watcher is nearly smacking the ground with his hand.
I have all of these pointy sticks I can point in directions. Surely I can use them to find the people you're looking for.
Well, what are we looking for? Looking for some kind of stick. I'm like, I have this stick, and they're like, that's not the stick I need. And I'm like,
By the way, the only reason he's speaking in Draconic right now is because he doesn't know if the 2 statues that were like right here and right here are of Heckna, and they could hear him.
Well, they are Heckna statues, but you guys are moving through the forest at this point. You'd be a little further away than the main gates. Unless you're heading straight back into the Revelia proper. But you could also attempt to go over to the train station over here to meet the Choo-Choo cadre if you wanted to do that. And you wouldn't have to go near the
where we're
gate.
going.
Alright. So yeah, necessarily speaking, you don't have to go immediately back to the gate, but it is easier to, like, hug the gate to get over to there.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason why I want the stick.
I mean, the 5,000 tickets does sound nice.
Yes, it does, but I want to get the stick to beat the shit out of him with.
Well, that's not as fun.
It'll be fun for me.
No.
If I gave you a sword and let you beat the shit out of him with that, would that suit your interests?
No.
Not fair.
To be fair, I still want to get back at him for what he did to me the first time we met.
What did he ask you?
Oh, yes. He asked me if I wanted to know the ins and outs of the flop house to see if there are ways I could play the games better. Truth be told, he almost got me. Almost.
Would that be cheating?
Well,
this the always sunny thing. Just Snack discovers cheating.
the gang discovers cheating. Semantics, but
Do that? Cheating.
as Red just kind of shrugs it off at this point. He's just like, no, it was something else about that, but
I mean, we did watch the dude get beat by Sean for cheating. Do we really want to deal with that?
well, it's only cheating if you get caught.
Watcher looks so confused at you, 3.
Yeah, we're not talking to Draconic again. You know what, Argyle, realizing that we've been doing that, we'll point out in common. You know, he asked us all something. In a way to get, or to cheat himself.
Yeah, and in comment he'll just say, he offered Watcher his own glade, apparently.
Think about it. He doesn't want to lose his game with Watcher. So he's asking us to cheat for him.
That is true. But
If he talks to me again, I'm gonna remind him of such. He can't be mad at me because I already told him that I would think about the decision, and already requested that he respect my answer. I doubt that'll help, but I can hold him against that too.
Watcher is going to so exhaustedly point at the stick he's holding, and then point at the Hecknatron, then back at the stick.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to? No, sorry. Are you trying to pull that stick as the one that you lost?
Watcher will go ahead and just lightly press his forehead up against a tree and just start slapping the bark of it with his hand.
no, he just wants more sticks. But he never did tell us what you wanted those for.
Watcher will snap back when you say that, and then just walk back towards you and grab Snap with one hand, point at the Hecknatron, and with blue light he's going to cast Locate Object.
Wait, you could do that this entire time?
Watcher just looks at you and just throws his hands out in exasperation like, yes!
Okay. Alright. Within 1,000 feet of you.
Object, the stick!
My creation makes it so I'm unable to speak for 2 of my cycles!
What is it, boy? Is that the well?
Seen it up close.
You're just gonna come back out of a conversation and then just have an arrow in your leg going, Watcher did not... Yeah, it wasn't about the well. That's a long story.
Above game, you know that actually that never happened to little Jimmy.
So...
Well, thank God. They couldn't put a whole kid in the well. It was the 50s. You can't do that.
Yeah.
No, but
Murder
they put Lassie.
Yeah, murder was illegal back in the 50s, man. You can't do that.
Like,
let's see. This is based on feet, so then, yeah, that would basically cover the entirety of the Revelia. Okay. So, before we get to the Shattered Station properly, I would say that at this moment, before you properly go in there, and you can find your way back to there, it pings to be in this general location.
Oh no.
Of course, there's a gate here, so you're gonna have to walk through and around to get to it.
I go ahead and cast a spell. I firmly grasp the map and I just start pointing at that location, like around there.
But you don't have a map anymore.
We don't have a map.
Gone.
Oh, I point toward that location, like that direction.
That makes
Also, it occurs to me, you left Matthew in the jungle room. Argyle didn't see him in there. That's weird.
I didn't even look. Like, because one, Argyle wouldn't know he was in there. Two, Argyle just didn't care.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He was expecting Heckna themselves to go talk to him, so he passed out. I was like, okay, I guess he didn't want to talk to me tonight. Okay, oh well.
Yeah.
Oh.
The donkey?
Yeah, I can't wait to spiritual weapon blitz him if he comes in start something. I'll end a conversation real quick. Come at me, oh parchment.
Also,
Bane of my people.
Also, fun note, the Heckatron is currently playing your battle against the Animalgamations from the previous night.
Ooh, how do they like it?
Oh, they did a lot of cool cinematic angles. Looks really well done. You don't know where or how they got that up there, but it's probably magic of some kind.
I mean, they got a lot of Dutch angles in there. There's some black and white images as Lilith gets down, and then it cuts back to color when she gets up again, and then it cuts back to black and white when she's down again.
It's a very tiny clown just with an old reel camera going, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah. There's a clown like in a old-fashioned director's outfit from like the 30s. This is the good
that's
shit!
exactly what I was thinking!
You see, there's like one of those old comical boom arms that's just... a few jawbreakers are just wheeling it around. It's just like, get a good shot, get a good shot.
Yeah, I really look that cool fighting those things.
I will
Yes.
give you a nod. But yeah, I will point at the Hecknatron, and then I will snap my finger and point in the direction that Draco pinged on our little map there.
Wait,
So,
you filed it. You know where
go
it's
there, Ted. I need a
I
new
nod.
fake.
as we're just so close to the choo-choo cadre.
But while you're at the Choo-Choo Cadre, near the edge of the carnival, where the trees of the forest crowd close to the fence, stands a decrepit train station. Broken rail tracks are clearly visible. Twisted husks of metal that vaguely resemble train carriages are scattered, as if a massive child grew tired of playing with their train set and threw them about. The long brick station building appears abandoned and rotten. However, a tiny glimmer of light flickers from beneath the boarded doors and allow me to show you the shattered station.
Ooh.
Oh, this is cool.
This looks like a scene out of Torchlight. I dig this.
Okay, those little marionettes in the corner.
They're my children. Don't assail them. I love them. I'm love.
That one looks like night.
Knight?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Sega game Knights, or am I too old?
Sega Game Night.
Yeah, it kind of
Oh,
does
God,
now that
my
you
man.
mention it.
All right.
huh?
Please keep talking to me about the Dreamcast. I'm so old, Hoshi.
I mean, I still got my Sega. It's like you're literally sitting right behind me with 50 games to it.
Tell me about Jet Set Radio.
So
Tell me about Crazy Taxi.
Forgive me in the ways of Samba de Amigo.
They're actually supposed to be making a new jet set.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. All right, but yeah, no.
Anyway.
no, this place looks cute.
So,
So what we got going on?
Awesome.
as you get a little closer, the marionettes that you see there get a little closer, and they begin to try and give you directions to other locations with their shrill voices, like thinking that you might be lost. Upon them basically rambling at you, you see an old dwarf rising up from one of the carriages inside the station proper. And he begins approaching you all. "Hold your hastiness, friends. What business have you here? Perhaps you're lost. Which ride are you looking for? I'll point you the right way. Don't mind my companions. They're just trying to be helpful there. Go on back to your
Lock
posts.
and
I
point
can
in here.
handle this."
Lock and Toy Maker.
He
Lock and Toy Maker.
He looks at you confused for a second and then holds up his hand, showing that he has the same symbol that is on all of your hands, as if asking you to show.
Argyle shows his symbol.
I gently hold out my right arm.
I'll show the back of my hand where my stamp is.
And here is the dwarf in question, by the way, you are all seeing, and he goes, "Oh, phew, okay. So you're
Oh,
part
God,
of the
I-
resistance.
Oh god, I love this dwarf. I hate that. He looks just like my Warcraft character.
I was gonna say he looks
Draco.
exactly like a character you'd see in an FPS.
No, seriously. That is literally what my fucking dwarf looked like. I'm so mad. I'm so mad.
Or not FPS, MMO.
Who's the one dude off of Overwatch? His face.
Oh, Torbjorn.
Torbjorn, yeah.
Oh,
kind of.
Torbjorn, yeah.
But he lets out a sigh of relief. Ah, good. Had to make sure, before I let you in. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Watt of the Choo-Choo Cadre. Come on in! And he leads you into the Shattered Station. There's a train
You're
in
what?
there.
You're what?
Watt. W-A-T-T. Watt.
I love him.
Oh! So you're
No.
not what? You're what?
I wonder if he's
Aye.
a reference to Secret of Mana. I'll explode.
Maybe.
If he's a
fact that
blacksmith,
he's
I'll die.
The fact that you brought up the Torbjorn reference, and the fact that he's an engineer, it's like, God, now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, I mean,
He even looks like the way he's squinting, he has one eye.
he's
His name-
indeed an engineer.
His name is Watt. He must have a pretty electric personality.
Hey! But,
And be very amped to meet us.
No, my Watt smashed like weapon orbs into your sword, so you can go ahead and two-shot wolves. But anyway, let's go. What else? What you got? But Choo-Choo Cadre, take me there.
there are some posters on the outside of the building, but as you go in, you see there's absolutely none in here. And you're all free to speak completely freely. He goes on to mention that there's actually more of us, but we try not to all be here at the same time. Right now, it's just me and DC here. Unfortunately, DC is in the last stages of clown corruption, so he's probably not going to be with it enough to be meeting with you properly. But there's also Giggles O'Lear, Piper, my apprentice. She's got a nifty... He makes a motion with his hands to his side. Nifty wheelchair she's worked on herself. It's pretty cool. There's Rough and Tumbles, the Knoll.
Both blanks. I'm sorry. Did you say clown corruption?
Aye, you're not
I felt my head
very
at that.
familiar? See, have you seen the Schnozzlings, yet?
I nod.
Oh, yes, we have.
Fuck
So,
those things.
In the
so,
boring room, actually, we killed a couple of them.
so the Schnozzlings, basically, they try to attach to your nose, and, that begins the process of clown corruption. You slowly become a clown. I'm sure you've seen all sorts of clowns throughout the Revelia. All of them are either in the final stages of clown corruption or getting close to it. Some are fresh, which is the first stage of the corruption. Then you have people like DC all the way at the end, and then there's a few more stages in the corruption. Let me scroll on down.
As Rev will just kind of look over to everyone else like, he was. Did she have the corruption?
I've seen her around, and yes, she was. Basically, the reason why DC is still here, he's not quite at the last stages of the corruption yet, and one of the benefits of having, if you could even call it that, the benefits of having clown corruption is it makes you fluent in gobbledygook, which we need that for our purposes. You see, we are currently trying to rebuild this train here, and he gestures to the train in the middle of the room. And we need gobbledygook to read the plans that were made in it, because of course they're all in gobbledygook. Which, I'm glad that the toy maker and Locke sent you here, because we could use some help, actually. He pulls out a key. The end of it looks like a top hat with a bunny and amalgamation coming out of it. This key will lead you into the funhouse in one of the rooms where I believe the plans for the train are. We need those plans if we're going to complete this project and properly get this train built. Of course, we'll also need some other materials, but I think Locke or the toy maker will be filling you more in on those. Right now, me and my people here in the Choo Choo Cadre will be spending all of our time working on this, occasionally going out into the Revelia to properly get other materials you might not be able to get for us. But the only thing that I can't get on my own is those plans, because we'd have to go directly into the funhouse for them. But you lot seem strong enough where you could probably get in there and get what we need.
Well, we do have a way of getting into the funhouse.
Oh, so you have one of the keys already. I'm pretty sure the key that I have right here, which obviously I'm going to give to you so that you can actually get in there, is the room where the plans are. I might not be here when you get back, but I'll tell the rest of the cadre, so when you do get back of the plan, what you're getting for us, and they'll be free to take it.
I point at my holy symbol, and then kind of make a squeeze my nose motion, as if to say, I'm a cleric. Maybe I could take a look at the clown corruption.
You could, but I'm afraid I think he's too far gone at this point. But if you think you can do some good, by all means.
Does it count as a curse?
So, above game, there's a whole chart.
Restoration works on disease.
So, this
Clowns
is
aren't
considered
a disease.
a
They
disease.
are giggly elementals.
In this instance, the corruption is counted as a disease. And as you go further into it, it's less likely to be able to be cured. Or it's harder to be cured, I should say. But I guess roll me a medicine check to see what you can glean from this.
I'll guidance myself. That's a 25.
Right. With a 25...
And then 29, actually.
With a 29, you look at DC, and you notice, looking at his nose, where the schnozzling is connected to, obviously, there isn't actually any nose left. So, if you remove this, his, the bone would be exposed to the outer elements. There isn't a way to properly remove the schnozzling at this point. Like Watt said, he's way too far gone. It's possible that if you were to have gotten here earlier, but you didn't know he was here at all, so there was no way you could have. But if there was a way you could have gotten here earlier, there might have been a way to properly separate the schnozzling from him. But at this juncture, it is impossible.
Would anything, just as a final rebuttal, I'll understand your word if anything. But as written, would this work? Considering it is a disease.
Lesser restoration would not work. You would need greater if you were to attempt.
Okay.
And even at that point, because he is in fact so far gone, it might not work. Basically, this disease comes in 6 different stages, with 6 being the there is nothing you can do stage. And he's basically in between stages right now.
At some point in this campaign, I need you to do something for me.
Okay.
I need you to say he's at stage 6 clowning.
Will do.
Thank you so much.
There you go. I don't get the reference, but I will do what the thing is.
Oh
at.
no, I just heard stage 6 clown, like the clown disease has 6 stages, and I'm just like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's not a reference. This is just for me. This is a treat for Rabbit. That's all that is. This is I've told Draco to make me a chocolate covered marshmallow made of funny.
And I shall in due time.
Lilith would look up. If he does fully convert, does he retain any of his original ideas and personality and mentalities, or is it just basically like full, like he is like fully in
Full
Heckna's
timing?
yeah, like fully in Heckna's control.
He's unfortunately fully under Heckna's controls, and before he got much worse, he had plans for us to do. He wants us to take him out before he gets too far gone, or the second he does get too far gone to take him out. It's sad. We've been traveling with DC for quite some time, and it is his wishes, so we must respect them.
Based on what he's described, could I roll a medicine check to determine if the same thing happened to Pinky?
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, with a 7, you have no idea. I mean, it's obvious at this point she did have clown corruption, but you don't know exactly what stage she's in. You've only, at this point, seen people that you don't know what stages they're in, and you see, like, near the end of it at this point. He has given you some information on what happens, but it's not enough to make a proper, for lack of a better word, diagnosis.
I mean, considering how we interfered with her and she somehow, like, snapped out of whatever she was, you know, whatever mental state she was in and, like, remembered herself, I would imagine that she wasn't too far gone. But that's probably changed now.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, she's even further gone out of she's had a healthy dose of wax on her.
Mmm.
Actually, at this point, Lilith would look at
It's extreme therapy.
Going from a clown
Yes,
to a
wax
candle.
conversion therapy.
Like a clown to a kid. Shut up. Like a clown to
Well-
a candle.
Lilith would look at Watt and just say, I think we've seen something like this before. I don't know if you know who Pinky is, but I suspect that the similar thing has happened to her.
I have seen her around, and yes, she's a victim of the corruption.
I don't think she was too far gone when we met her, because we might have snapped her out of whatever hold Heckna had on her mind, but that was... She looks to the other group with, like, a grimaced look. That was swiftly rectified.
Yeah, covered in wax.
Watcher will shake his head. And then he will nod, understanding. And then he will point at the key and then make an unlocking motion, as if to say, "This is sad." So the key.
Yes, and he will hand
Anyway.
the key to you.
I will hold it between my fingers and look at Red.
Red nods and actually reaches out to hold on to the key.
I'll give it to you.
Alright. Red will take the key and stash it in his pocket.
Alright, well, if there is anything I could do to help you out, let me know. We'll be here. Good luck to you.
So, a thought does occur to me, though. If everything... the way that the Revelia works and the jungles around it, what's special about this train that we can use it in order to get out of there when people normally try to leave and come back?
Well, you see, long ago, the toy maker knows a bit more about this, but this train used to bring people both in and out of the Revelia. Now, eventually, Heckna destroyed the train, realizing people could escape the Revelia after some incident, but again, I don't know all the details on that one. Suffice to say, if we can get this train back into working order, get all the pieces that we need, including the arcane ones, we can probably get everyone who wants to out of the Revelia.
Watcher will look at him, surprised, and then I'll look over at Red and I'll make a tearing motion, as if to reference back to the Feywild being this part of the Feywild being ripped from the rest of it.
Right. Yes, that. When Heckna supposedly tore out a piece of fabric from the freeway to Revelia. Huh. But as he just kind of thinks about it for a second. Well,
Watcher gives you a very confused look. He doesn't know how this will work out.
Yeah, that's why I'm concerned too. Is how this thinking about it, I was like, well, if the train was originally existing before the carnival happened, but that begs the question, though. When Heckna originally made the carnival with Cicero, and then everything was having a fun time. At what point did the thing happen where Heckna didn't want anyone to leave, so he destroyed the train? That is a good point. What?
Probably the same time Cicero was no longer the master of ceremony.
Oh, that might have been even after that at that point. If that's the case, because if that begs the question, did the resistance result in the destruction of the train or not?
I mean, since both of them started this together and one of them is no longer a part of it, maybe that was the reason why.
I suppose we could ask Cicero that himself when we get a chance to meet with him.
You could also ask the toy maker, since he's been in the Revelia since the beginning. He would most likely know.
True. The Trimaker was the first creation, but it was my understanding that Cicero was also with him too at the beginning.
Indeed, he was. I suppose it's whichever one you want to get to first.
Well, the Toymaker is the safer bet, I would imagine. Our first encounter being with Cicero, he just kind of does like the bad taste in your mouth spit. Didn't go over so well.
Maybe because Heckna was with us. That's probably why.
Goaded him on.
I'll look over at Red with Cicero, and point at myself, like I need to talk to Cicero.
Right. So that's two options then. We talk to the Toymaker, and we also talk to Cicero. But at least we now have an end goal of possibly trying to make our way out of here. If we can't deal with Heckna himself, then at least we have a plan to fall back on. I just hope that he doesn't catch wind and be out.
I'm sure Watcher doesn't want to leave here without Titania's crown.
I nod.
Of course, of course.
Well,
Although if we get forced into a situation where we do have to leave without it, it is what it is.
Watt will chime in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Looking at the train, like we can see train tracks and whatnot from where we are, right?
Oh, yeah. Now, there isn't like a full set of tracks, so they're probably going to have to build some tracks along the way, but it's clear this train would travel on this set and whatever they properly build after the fact.
Looking at the tracks, I'll look back to Watt, and I'll pantomime just like a train going along the tracks and then stopping it
like, where did the train go? Like, where did the train end up to?
Well, the train was magical, and it would drake from the material plane and anywhere around the planes, from my understanding. It was the way in and out of the Revelia, and even back then, it was a method to go anywhere. Now, I imagine, while we're escaping using it, we'll be going to the material plane. But supposedly, if Heckna was willing to allow it, it could go to anywhere to grab anyone he was interested in.
I will look at Red and then make a gesture of my holy symbol, and then clasp my left bicep in my right hand, like, and make with my left arm a gesture of like a fist, like we can call help. We can call help this way.
We could, yes. If we're able to... That is, well, that begs the question, though. We could ask for aid for this, but it would require a lot stronger help with a being as powerful as Heckna in order to be able to possibly do that.
Well, Lilith would kind of like think about it for a second and just kind of say like, I mean, there's always a trip to the hells. If it's a pit fiend or even a minor archdevil to help us. Again, what would they get out of it?
If you were not one of my companions, I would be bopping you with my holy symbol. Or I could just call for my fucking patrons.
I mean, we could go to the Fae, but what if devils, though?
No, they don't need to get, but nah, they don't need to know. Super Devil doesn't need to know Mama's crown's gone missing.
Snack slowly raises his hand. What about a dragon?
Could the dragon be powerful enough? As Red just kind of thinks it out to himself.
Watcher will, I wish I could even huff. Watcher will, he'll make a gesture, like, around him, like, around, this place. And he'll point at, like, the tree line and everything past it with, you know, the weird sky and everything. And then he'll make a gesture to his holy symbol, and then just make, with 4 gestures, just place his hand down, like 4, then 4, then 4. Like, he's articulating that there's a lot of people from his core outside this place trying to find a way in, and Watcher is the only one who found a back door. And that's only through help with Red.
Ah, of course.
He points at the train, and then the gesture, and then out to the tree line, and then pulling the train back in.
Of course, It's funny that you mentioned that, Watcher, because I literally couldn't see the forest for the trees, as we could just get out, contact your court, and then we can just come back in with the train. Of course.
Come back in with an army of Fae.
He looks at you and then holds up a finger, like, not just the Fae, and he points at the color green.
Of course.
And then oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
So you would say that you would bring an entire hunt into here?
Snack.
You weren't there when I explained it to Heckna, but yeah, Oberon's geared up for devastation.
Argyle looks directly at Snack and goes, "You think that your friend or that your family and your village would want to come and fight?"
If some of them are still there.
I know a couple. I know a couple of my brothers would definitely love to come over and knock some heads in.
There were 2 people that burned down my village that's ones I wanted here to kill.
Watt will definitely nod hearing all this. I mean, if we can get it out, it stands to reason we'll be able to get right back in to bring whatever forces you want to take on Heckna. Provided he doesn't find some way to block it, but I don't see that as possible.
If he doesn't know.
Watcher will look back at all of you and nod
frantically. Like, yes.
You've told me stories about the Great Lakes that Oberon would go through on his wild hunts. I would very much like to see that in person, my friend, as he just puts a hand on your shoulder.
He beams and puffs out his chest. Look, Oberon is like the dragon warrior. You can't fucking kill him.
He is Liu Bei incarnate.
I'm so excited for the Clown Fairy War. Let's go.
If that doesn't sound like something out of Dragon Quest, I don't know what does, Draco. Like, I really
Damn
don't
straight.
know.
Hell yeah.
Or Dynasty Warriors too, man. Just
You know what this is?
Be like Liu Bu, just.
You know what this is gonna be, guys? This is gonna be our fucking endgame moment.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Yakuza sub-story.
It would be funny seeing Ragnar, Trix, and Old Man Rivers climbing and beating the shit out of Heckna. It would be funny.
I hate to shatter this wonderfully placed plan, but it's something I thought did just occur to me. We do know that there is a force outside the Feywild, possibly outside any of the planes that we don't know about. If we take down Heckna, there could be something worse waiting for us to take over this place.
Wait,
Watcher will give you a look and then point at the holy symbol. It's not a whole lot to go on, but you get the feeling that he truly believes in the power of his court.
I'm not saying you don't.
Didn't you say something about Heckna having some other entity's power helping him with this?
I'll nod.
Both nods.
I'll make a gesture of a crown above my head. Then I'll just just make some coiling gestures around it, and then I'll look over at you and just shrug, but then point back at the crown and then just make a shivering motion. Like Watcher's like, I don't know what that was, but that even made me go, oh fuck. Even as an Eladrin, I'm like, that's weird.
I've heard a lot about warlocks in my time, mostly from reading books on the subject. It doesn't seem like he's influenced by a fiend or anything else like that, but it definitely feels like whatever is giving his power is something older than perhaps even the planes themselves.
I'll point at some books and some notes and whatnot, and then point at my head. Like, we just need to go ahead and get more information.
Lilith nods.
Oh. Alright, I have to get back to work. I don't mean to be a rude host or anything, but we all have a lot to do to make this dream a reality.
I can't talk. Watcher will go ahead and nod, and then he will bow cordially, and then point at the key, and then just bow again, and then he will make his way outside the area.
Let's go get the beat stick. And Snack starts walking away too.
He pulls out some tools, spins them around, and gets back right into work.
By the way, how long has this exchange been going on?
Probably a few
while.
minutes, give or take.
How many minutes?
A few.
It's like probably like less than 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you would still be concentrating on locating objects and figure out where the stick is, right?
Yeah. And and guess what? I also have more than one spell slot. Wow.
Wow.
Alright, lead the way, Watcher.
Now, as you step out of the shattered station, a loud, first, the Hekiatron screen turns blood red, and there's a trumpet screech. The scene shifts to show the inside of a laboratory. Standing on a rickety podium is Scooter, dressed in a fanciful robe. He has a paper crown, half splitting off his head. Beside Scooter is Heckna, as well as Matthew. A wicked grin on Heckna's mask. In the background, Sophie twists a large wheel that lowers a figure trussed up in a frayed harness towards a bubbling vat of wax and blood. Conrad struggles against the harness, desperately trying...
Argyle's gonna say, oh, this isn't good.
Conrad struggles against the harness, desperately trying to break the ropes. Blood and sweat are mixed over their craggy face, straining their beard, their movements clearly pained. Heckna gestures over his shoulder to Conrad, and his voice booms out. Our dear friend Conrad here, to hunt their most wondrous prey. But look how the hunter has become the hunted. Perhaps we could find some use for what's left. As a trophy, I think, for my funhouse. That would suit you well. Heckna snaps his fingers, and a blizzard of red tickets begin to swirl around Scooter, who whoops and cheers. Revelers, we have our new master of ceremonies, cries Heckna. It is my pleasure to introduce Scooter von Snooter, who, through daring deeds of daring do, brought me the one who stole my stick. As soon as those sneaky secrets are spilled, we'll be entering a new fun era. Worry not, dear friends, we have the means to make our enemies talk. Conrad brings a bloody finger to the back of their hand, drawing two shaky cymbals, and rings them with a wobbly loop. They let them linger for a moment before wiping them away. And let me see. Okay, it doesn't make a roll. So you all, paying very close attention, notice that it is the symbol for the Carpe Colossus, a ride you have yet to experience in the Revelia that you know is in the Dysmadium. And using your locate object, you can probably find that very, very quickly. But with that, I think this is an excellent place for us to end the session for the night.
That's
Danger.
son of a bitch, Scooter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to burn him alive.
The next time I see Matthew, I am going to go ahead and just... Oh, I'm just going to summon Furies on him. I have a spell that does that.
I didn't hear you know, Fox.
Lois is just like, no, let me handle it. Just gonna, find a nice candle and light it on fire and just,
Oh yeah, you do the thing. It's funny that you face stuff, and you also have a move that terrifies the very heart. It's like, if I poke Lilith wrong, she could sneeze, and that's me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
so...
ever wonder how I got into this situation?
But yeah, above game...
I mean, I do have Hellish Rebuke loaded now.
It's true. But above game, what happened was, while you were off doing your various adventures in the Revelia, Scooter stayed in the jungle room and happened to find Matthew. And they just stayed together from that point on.
And Scooter and...
Wait a second. What happened?
So while you guys were
apparently
off...
Scooter stumbled upon Matthew.
Yeah, while you were off doing other stuff around the Revelia, Scooter eventually decided to take a rest and decided why not take the jungle room for a change of pace, where he found Matthew, and they just decided to hang out with each other from that point on.
This happened in the span of a day.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Hence why Argyle didn't find Matthew in the jungle room, but he wasn't really looking for him, so he wasn't going to find him anyway.
Well, like, I'm sure that if you were to make, like, if he was still in there and he heard, like, Matthew's, like, muffled screams or something like that, he would have tried to be like, what the hell is that?
Probably. That's fair.
So, it's not that I didn't look, it's just that, one, in character, Argyle wouldn't know to look in there, and two, he didn't hear anything, so he didn't care about anything. He was tired.
Yeah.
He wishes death on my people. Fuck him.
Fair and valid. But with all that,
I can't believe I'm gonna summon a greater celestial fan that pulls out a rocket launcher and goes, "Oh no, Quimsh!" and just shoots Matthew.
he's literally just a map.
Boom!
He's gonna one-shot Matthew with like way ridiculous overkill. Let's go.
Look, I'm gonna squeeze the ultimate amount of spheres I can.
All right.
Wow, Final Fantasy X might be old too. I'm old. I'm 38. I'm so old. So.
You're only five years of my senior, my dude. Oh no, 3 years of my senior, my dude. Fuck.
Rad.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. But with all that said and done, let's start going around the horn here. Chaka, what do you have going on? Where can people find you?
Hello, you can find me on Twitter at ChocoZombie101. You can find me here on Tuesdays playing Lilith. You can find me over on twitch.tv/TwitchThePerson on Wednesdays around 2 o'clock Eastern Time, along with Daluna for Power Rangers Cyber Strike, our Power Rangers tabletop RPG, where I play our Red Ranger Marika Hammond. And join us tomorrow where we are about to deal with a little green Psycho Ranger named Trek. So that's going to be fun.
Nice. And Daluna, where can they find you?
Hello, my name is Daluna13. You can find me on Twitter at Daluna1338, here on Twitch and YouTube at Daluna13. As Draco mentioned, tomorrow, Power Rangers Cyber Strike on Twitch's channel. Thursday and Friday, Thursday, up in the air. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but I'm thinking of, if I don't have any plans on Thursday, to do some streaming. Friday, here on Draco's channel for Kingdom Hearts 2. Saturday and Sunday, I'm actually working. And so, no streams on Saturday and Sunday, because I'm doing my real job.
Cool.
But other than that, yeah, Monday is the Medilock. That's it.
All right. And Hoshi, how'd you like the session tonight?
Oh, I love this nice session. It was interesting. Snack wants to beat shit out of Heckna even more now. Especially with the stick.
Well, maybe you'll get your hands on it.
I'm here on Thursday nights, doing the Odyssey of a Rhapsody of Fire, playing the Dragon Lord Tarla, your favorite bard.
Epic bard off between Lilith and Tarla. Who is the bardiest bard?
Tarla.
Look, I'll just answer that really quickly for you. It's me.
No, it's not.
Perhaps one day we will have that part off, but let's continue going. Milla, what do you have going on?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Millaninja Nerd, where I usually tweet out about nerdy stuff. You can find me occasionally playing games and building stuff at twitch.tv/Millaninja, or that's actually going to be on hiatus for the next couple of weeks because, in other news, I'm getting ready to go to Gen Con at the beginning of August. So if you're going to be swinging on down, maybe I'll run into you. It'd be cool. Hang out, play some games. Maybe give Tales of the Valley a try and see how that pans out.
Sounds fun.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can probably find me Monday nights at twitch.tv/Jake, where we play through Horror of the Dragon Queen. Things are starting to go south as two of our players have dealt with an orc shaman that had an orb that's totally not guilty spark, whereas another group is dealing with infiltration matters of meeting of various leading cult members nearby. So, will things go in the next session? Tune in Monday night and find out.
All right, and hey, Mr. Rabbit, what do you have going on?
Oh, not much, Mr. Draco. How about you?
I can't complain. Really fun session tonight. I'm pretty happy.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I think I might just go ahead and just not convey what Watcher's going for because of the parts where like people would go ahead and guess. I think are really fucking funny. But just like, yeah, the stick. No, that is a stick. We're not looking for the stick. Fucking Marx Brothers ass humor. I love it.
But who was on first?
It's Abbott and Costello.
No.
I
I am a writer and a comedian. You can go ahead and find me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at Hey Mr. Rabbit for all my VODs up on my YouTube. You can go ahead and find me streaming Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But you can also find me around the internet like every day of the week, like really every day of the week doing something. Yeah, too much to count. We're really busy. But what I do stream is I stream horror games, I stream retro games, and I stream RPGs. So if you like, games of yesteryear, like old Hitman or something like that, or if you like RPGs like old Falcom games or something like that, or if you like horror games like System Shock or Evil Within or something like that, or The Room or something like that, I'm pretty much your one-stop shop for that stuff. So I hope you'll go ahead and come visit sometime. Thank you.
All right. And of course, you've already found me here. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Monday, of course, me and Daluna have our Medilock we're still going through. We just got our 7th badge, and it's on to stop Team Rocket and their broadcast to try and get Giovanni back. They're really heartbroken that he's gone, and they're really hoping that they can hear that he can hear their radio signal asking for him back. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, they're literally doing the "Senpai, notice us,
Yeah.
please. We miss you.
Giovanni, come back! Come on! Of course.
I'm sorry, Pepsi Man. Come back.
Yeah. And of course,
Come back, Pepsi Man.
next Tuesday, you can catch all of us here to see if our party, the players, will manage to get the stick before anyone else does, before Conrad lets slip where it is through horrible torture. Hopefully they can get there in time and get what they need. Also, there's still other stuff to do around the Revelia, but that's probably, like, the most pressing thing at this moment in time.
Oh, yes.
Of course, on Wednesdays, you can catch me here for Twilight Princess. We're about to finish off our quest for the mirror pieces. We've got to beat a black dragon and take the mirror shard from it, because it becomes it, like the other bosses. On Thursdays, like Hoshi said, you can catch all of us here. The command didn't work for the last one, so hopefully this one does. There we go! You can catch myself, Hoshi, Lost Knights Yelling at Me, Broadenrod, Onyx, Locket, and as previously said, Hoshi and myself, as they go through Odyssey, a Rhapsody of Fire. They are currently heading towards the Themyscira, the Isle of the Amazons, where they hope to potentially save a Jonkin, which is a Cyclops with like 10 fingers on both hands, 10 toes on both feet, that are really good blacksmiths. They're trying to get his dad back and also seat the former queen back on the throne. We'll see how that pans out. Fridays, of course, you can catch me and Daluna here for Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, where we got a lot of stuff to do in the worlds we've previously been as we search for a way into the organization's world, wherever that may be. But with all of that said and done, let us go find someone to raid.
Let's find out.
I have Coordinator, Brockheiser, Connor, and Bosco as my top 4.
True. Brockheiser, Creatures of X, let's see. Ed, Artsy Hartsy, Floor Coordinator,